Okay, let's start off with 2.2's new Vox. I bet you're all trembling, I bet you're all excited, because I am! These two new Vox have been a blast to add. So we have, before I show them to you, you know what? I'll show you our hints so you all from the Discord, so y'all can kind of guess with us. We'll do a little game real quick before I show you the new box. I'll show you all the Discord hints that Daniel posted. Yeah. So what do you all think is this? What do you all think does this represent that we're adding? Give me some guesses. Give me those spicy. Turn on those spicy brain cells. What do y'all think that this character represents for EndCycle versus jelly beans? Okay. Who do you think? Does anybody in chat know how's this character called? I'm having too much fun with this. What do you think this here represents? That's the last one. That's Tony Stark being, you know, the tech wizard he is. What do you all think this could mean? Selling out to Hollywood. So first we have level 3 Kali. Now what's this do? Check this out. So basically you spawn this deity statue, and whoever heals next, the statue will shoot towards them in a similar fashion to Ice Cube. And it will also increase its own damage by the amount that the entity healed. That's Kali, level 3 Kali. So basically you can do a lot of really weird and interesting things with Kali. Because of course you have to, it's a double-edged sword. If you use a healing Vok, it will actually attack you instead. But also if you have broken panels or stuff in between, of course you're safe from Kali because it will not be able to come towards you. And yeah, so also if you use regen, you will not actually take as much damage as you would have regenerated. You will only take the actual like healing value. And there's a lot to it. As Daniel's saying, hi Daniel in chat. By the way, Daniel, you should maybe use the your own personal account so people know it's not me typing. There is a lot to it, especially to Flip Kali. I love Flip Kali. Flip Stun and Kali. Yeah, you could go for that. Hell yeah. If you wanna, that's a good combo. Still costs you a level 3. So you know, I don't have Twitch lol thing. Get it. So Flip Kali, for example, is different. Flip Kali, for example, actually heals the next person that takes damage for the amount of damage that you took plus, I think, 100 or something. So it's kind of like a free barrier plus 100 heal if it reaches you. But you know, it's a really interesting way. It's the first, I think it's the first Protect Vok that we're adding that is actually super based on actually attacking. It's super offensive. The second new Vok for you all that we'll be checking out, level 3 Sandstorm. So that's basically a rebound that stays active while you can do whatever you'd like, and it hits a lot of times, also leaving sand panels in the process. So with Sandstorm, you can basically pull people towards you, use it, and then combo it while you're doing other attacks. The Sandstorm! Sandstorm is real! Can't get much higher! Okay, I don't think I can. So Sandstorm, really interesting because you can actually use it with different attacks. You can send your foes. I'm gonna go and move myself to the left again because I'm in the way of chat. And you can actually create a lot of sand, and you can slow down your enemy while also dealing damage passively to everybody who's around you. It's super great to get rid of barriers, to get rid of bubbles and whatever your enemy is using in terms of countering, because you can just keep on pelting. Freeze Sandstorm, yeah, then you can actually create a level 4 attack. You can even stack Sandstorms, you can stack them. So you can activate to level 3 and level 4 in a row, and you'll have double Sandstorm. This is the new EndCycle versus UI that happens when you boot the game. This is how the game will look like from now on. Daniel and I put a lot of thought into actually improving and making the old and revamping the old EndCycle Versus UI. So from here, you'll see that everything you need to play the basics of EndCycle Versus. I love how excited you are, Daniel. From here on, you'll see everything that you need to play EndCycle Versus. From one get-go, hi Deceptive One, and you'll basically be able to enter almost all modes quite immediately. So if you were down to just play some games online, all you gotta do is press quick play. That's it, and you'll immediately enter the quick match option. Thank you for the follow. Then in arcade, you'll find modes that that are basically arcade modes like Onslaught and Battle Cycle. From online, you can immediately create a lobby, join a lobby, or host a server yourself. And from story, you'll be able to either play the campaign mode or the adventure mode. So it's basically all of EndCycle Versus modes in one really quick and easy accessible menu. So you'll also be able to access the vault from here. In the vault, you'll find all the mods, encyclopedia, replays, credits, all that stuff. And from local, you can also immediately just start the Versus menu, which is also completely revamped. What? I'll enable myself again. What? This is all crazy, isn't it? Forget that old UI. Throw that in the trash can. We cool and we new. Almost every UI changed. Almost. That's confusing me, but it's nice that you can see your box. Oh. Don't worry, it's actually very, very simple, and you get it you'll get it quite instinctively when you actually play. Because you know, if you want to play online, quick play, that's it. Bam. Open EndCycle, bam, quick play. That's it. All you need, search immediately. I have no lobbies, but 2 button presses, you're in a lobby. Boom. And if you ever need tutorials, just press the question mark on the top. So here you'll find all the 4 tutorials that we have in the game immediately. Can you switch the UI from VOC left to right if you want? No, because there's a reason for all this. So the VOCs are always on the left. You'll always see your currently selected stuff on the left. You'll see that the equip button is gone. But I hear you asking, but God, how can I change my attacks? And how can I edit my attacks? Well, I'll have you know. You can just press the edit button right here and you are immediately in the attack VOC pack changing menu immediately. Regarding Kali, what happens if 2 things heal at the same time through the same source? That's a good question. We'll get to that. Let me present the UI first. So this is how you immediately enter the VOC change UI. You can immediately create VOCs. The outfill button is now on the bottom. You'll see why in just a second. You can of course rename it. You can create a new pack, and you can of course also look at the recipe menu, which we still plan to simplify as well. So this update will not cover all of the UI changes we're making. But okay, say you want to change to a different pack. Well, that's super easy. You just press on here and you select a different pack. Super easy, right? Oh, say you want to change your pack from here. Well, that's super easy. You just press on here and you change your pack. You don't have to edit it. You can just change your pack whenever you want. Super easy. Ooh. And you'll find this change presented everywhere. If you want to go to Onslaught, boom, super simple. You can just change your pack here, edit it if you want to, boom, you're changing it. So there's no more pack menu itself, right? If you want to reorder the packs, you can also of course drag them to other positions. You know, you want to make sure that you have everything organized. And yeah, so all of the UIs are basically a lot more standardized, a lot more simplified. If you want to create a new pack, you just create a new pack, select the template you want to use it with, and yeah, it's much faster. It just gets you to the point of playing so much faster. You don't have to click through a lot of menus to actually do what you want. Daniel and me, we really looked at this update. Has actually been quite a long time in the making. I think we've had the task to create all of these menus since like a month or something. Daniel helped me out. I think we've had this on the back burner for so long, and we're finally at it. Yeah, so the edit button will take me time to get used to. Yes, I have today I've misclicked like 2 or 3 times on the top right because you get so used to like, you know, muscle memory. But this is definitely a much cleaner, faster UI, especially for new players who, you know, don't know EndCycle versus. And let's say you want to play online. Okay, if pretend quick play works, then basically the UI that would pop up when you join online looks like this. Completely different online screen. You'll never again have to question, am I on the first pack of my tourney pack, or am I on the second one? Because you can see it, you can see which pack you'll play with in like immediately. And you can switch it without actually having to go edit. So you have all of it in one very simple space. You can also, of course, still chat on the top here. You'll see all the players at the bottom. And if you're wondering who's currently now in lobby, well, we changed the top right menu up there to the top right, and you'll actually be able to see all the players here immediately. Instead of seeing all of the players online, you'll only see the players that are currently in your lobby. And here you can, of course, also kick people. You can make them hosts, whatever. Yeah. And you'll also notice that all of the settings for the fights are actually in the UI itself. So if we want to change this to fun time or tournament, you'll see that the settings automatically adapt to whatever mode you're currently on. So you will never have to remember, oh, did I actually change the battle to classic for tournaments, even though there's a tournament mode right now. You'll now be able to see it here. You'll not screw up like I did all the time. If you want to, like, you know, change the lobby name or whatever, you can still do so if you click the lobby settings. I do like the accessibility to all the things at once. A little vary of chat window size, but it should work. Yeah, I mean, chat window, the chat itself is, you know, I don't think it ever gets much larger than how much you need right now. Speaking of tournament, what is Daniel about to announce? You're making me anxious, Daniel. Sunday. Yeah, next Sunday is the tournament. We'll not be playing on 2.2 yet, so that will be a 2.1 tournament, and I'm excited to see what y'all will come up with. Oh my god, my controller disconnected. Does this work? No. Come on. But yeah, so I love the guest that we had. I love Chaos's guest in the Discord. He guessed, oh, we'll get a time travel VOC, but you know, we'll check out the VOCs in just a second. Yeah, so you can see all of the stuff here that you really need. Even for Onslaught, you'll see you can basically set it all up right here. Okay, so of course from here you can also just edit your pack just as well as you could always. Let's leave the lobby for now. Check out the local screen. The local screen is the exact same, so all the changes persist, except here you don't have a chat, and you have a reconnect buttons. Okay, so is there anything else, of course, other than that? Well, that's the new UI. It took a lot of adapting. For example, if you go to campaign, you also see that the UI here has been updated to reflect the new change. So here, for example, you cannot change your pack. But for example, if I cleared path home, here you can, of course, you can change to any other pack you'd like. So here or here, you know. I wonder why the edit button is grayed out. It shouldn't be grayed out, but you know, it won't be in the future. Yeah. Had to check in for this. Gotta run now. Gotta run. Bye. See you, Daniel. Thank you for hyping with me. Okay, let's check out the new box. In practice mode, as is tradition, and let's check if my controller works, because it's always configured with a controller. Yeah, it works again. Okay, so I have the new box set up here, and I'll just show you all the new changes that are coming towards you. So, as we already discussed, can you change the pack in Onslaught or Adventure mode? Yeah, all of the places where you can change packs are all adapted to the new UI. So, Sandstorm. You use it, you have basically a Sandstorm for quite a while on you. That creates panels, sand panels. So that's really cool. The sand panels are there to slow your enemies when an enemy steps on the top of them, no matter what element they are, as long as they're not floating. they will get they'll get slowed down for a second, so you get the chance to strike at them just when they enter a sand panel. It's really good when you create a lot of sand panels at once. Yeah, so that's Sandstorm. You can pull off a lot of really cool combos with it. So for example, we had the suggestion, how about freeze Sandstorm? Well, of course you can do that. Mind you, one important thing that you all need to know: Sandstorm does not flinch. So you will have to flinch your enemy through other ways in order to ensure the maximum amount of damage. But yeah, so you'll have to make sure that you stun them in another way. It would be a little bit too strong otherwise. So of course we can have double Sandstorm. I love this so much. It was definitely our goal to like have 2 Sandstorms open at once, because that's really cool. And that's 480 damage if you're fighting against a neutral enemy, a normal enemy. Push Sandstorm. That's a good question. I mean, push Sandstorm just pushes things away from you, so it shouldn't be that exciting. But yeah, just pushes things away from you. Now the super exciting thing for me, at least, I always like Mind Game. So if you have some kind of really far off object, like for example, I don't know, a Cyber Notice Me, you can of course apply a Sandstorm on anything with Mind Game. So it's really cool to make things around, to make other objects Sandstorm, because you're basically free to still do whatever you'd like. Or of course I have not tested Cyber Sandstorm yet, but it's weaker, so I'm not sure how well it will perform, because it's got quite let's try it out. Well, that's fun, ain't it? So the entity just disappears and it just leaves over the two Sandstorms. That's crazy. That's really interesting. I never tested this, but that's cool. Push Sandstorm will be great with Dell, I feel. I'd like to see how that will work out. I'm very curious to see your experience with these blocks. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to try out Kali next. So Kali is a garden deity. So for example, if I place Kali and I'm a bit of a numbskull, I want to heal myself, Kali will rush towards me. Now, you can still dodge it. For example, if I heal myself and immediately keep on moving, Kali won't be able to reach me. So you just need to be fast. But so this is basically, when we notice people are just healing, then of course Kali is a really good alternative, because it will deduct all of the HP that you got, plus of course a bit extra. So it depends on how powerful you are, how much HP you will actually, get rid of the enemy. It's got 130 base power, that plus, so for example, healing is 200, so that will be 330 power in total. And yeah, of course, but for example, if your enemy is using regen, which is only 80, they will still get a net bonus probably from all that healing, because I think regen does 150 health or something. All a whole math thing, right? Don't want to make you bored with all that math. So what happens if I flip Kali? That's a good question. Give me some of that flip Kali. So flip Kali, inverted. That's interesting. I thought I'd change it up a little bit, but in any case, yeah. So the next entity to get damaged will instead get healed by that amount plus whatever damage it took. So what happens if I shoot at it itself? Nothing happens. I can just basically destroy it. But yeah, so flip Kali is a really cool way of healing yourself if your enemy is using big, strong attacks. Hi, Danny, thank you so much for following. Nice to see you here. So, as you can see, very exciting, cool new attacks that you can use in very different ways. In a lot of very fun and creative ways, that's for sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Kali and Sandstorm will actually change up the meta. Hopefully really well. Hopefully differently. Yeah, so that's these 2 new attacks that are coming to you tomorrow, and all the new UI changes that we're adding. I myself am a really big fan of just the fact that you can do everything you need to within this UI. You don't have to skip between the pack menu and then another menu. If you want to create a new pack, you just press new pack and you start creating. Of course, for example, if you go to local, I spent a lot of time on this, coding on this. If you want to give the enemy AI different pack. For example, you can just, you know, give them a pack the same way that you would pick your own. And you can also edit their pack the same way you would your own, and you are editing your own packs at the end of the day. So for example, if you want the AI to use the Dorner pack, but I don't want that whistle because it hurts my ears, which we still have to change, we'll just use Gatling. Yeah, now you can just make the AI use Gatling. Simple as that, right? Yeah, so new Vox you can use for the tournament, everything that's in 2.1. So the stable version will not be updated tomorrow, only beta. So this will all be in beta. Yeah, and we hope that this change will of course also make the introduction for new players into the beautiful world of EndCycle much easier, because it's much faster to the point. Yeah, so that's the news. That's the new changes. Oh my god. Luca, you didn't remind me. I'm here specifically for your Sandshot and your Sandstorm themed deck. Did find the whistle uncomfortable to play against myself due to the sound. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. We'll fix it soon. We'll fix it soon. I think I'll fix it until tomorrow. In any case, let's check this out. Sandholes. Nobody was using Sandhole. We were like, why is nobody using Sandhole? Come on. Well, probably because it doesn't do any damage. It doesn't get you an advantage in the game state. We know which Vox aren't getting used. We know, we don't see them. And we want to see each Vox getting used in some way or shape, at least, right? So, what we changed now is you don't have Sandhole, you have Sandshot. So basically, this is how it looks. That's Sandshot now. And it actually deals damage. So you can actually use it to work against your enemy. And it's what Heatstorm used to be, because it changes all panels no matter if you hit the enemy or not. So you can actually generate a lot of sand with these if you're actually styling them. You know, just create a whole bunch of sand for the enemy. Luca, quote me. Quote me, Luca. How is that one line about sand and, like, you know, how it gets everywhere and how it's coarse and rough and how Jedis don't like it? So you can actually do a lot. It's a very short-ranged attack, but you know, still same functionality. It now has damage, so it's a major buff to the attack. So you know, you can create a lot of sand now with a lot of different attacks. All of the Vox should work with the new styles. If they don't, of course, please report it. I'll fix it. And I will meticulously rub my hands and laugh like a maniac. Yeah, I hope you all enjoy this new Vox. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the kind words and for saying that it looks great. I'm very glad to hear that you all like the new UI here. They only put a lot of effort and love into this update. So this is why I think 2.2 is kind of like the EndCycle versus 2.0 update in its full blossom, where we show you, hey, we're not gonna leave anything unturned. We're improving the game. We'll keep improving it, and it will only get better as time goes on. EndCycle versus 2.2. I hope you all will have fun with it when it releases tomorrow in beta. So you can tell me what doesn't work and I'll fix it. As is, you know, tradition. I'm getting called right now by my mom. So I'll use that as an excuse to tell you all goodbye. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. And thank you all so much for continuing to support the game. Very glad that you all are still part of this whole experience that we're making for you all. And until then, have a wonderful, wonderful evening, day, wherever you are. Bye-bye.